Good afternoon, everyone. I am ready to start our People, Parks, and Public Works Committee. At this time, I ask the clerk to take the roll.
Councilmember Monroe,
Here.
Councilmember Gruber, Councilmember Patterson,
Here.
Vice President Harris,
Here.
President Melendez.
Here.
Thank you.
So we don't have any presentations today, so I'll move right to our agenda. And I have not gotten a chance yet to look at the responses to questions provided earlier for the Parks, People, Public Works Department. I would just request that we could get these earlier. So this came in just right before 4 o'clock, and to be able to have them a day in advance is certainly helpful.
So I'm happy to do that, and I think that's a conversation also with the council staff, because I received them shortly before you did, so I think we'll work through that. And I'm not being critical. I'm just saying there are multiple players in the process, and as
Right.
we always do, we will work it through. But thank you for that feedback.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So introductory number 278, authorizing agreements and appropriating funds for the 2029 preventive maintenance project. Any questions? Seeing none, I ask for a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passes. Introductory number 279, a resolution authorizing the implementation and funding in the first instance 100% of the federal aid and state Marchicelli program aid eligible costs of the city of Rochester PM Group 16 Transportation Federal Aid Project and appropriating funds therefor. Questions? Yes, Councilmember Lupien.
Yes, I believe this has been the project that the folks in my district on Monroe Ave are asking for sidewalk improvements. Is this is the one? Yeah.
No, that's the next one.
Oh, it's the next one? Okay, go ahead.
Councilmember Gruber?
Thanks. Just acknowledging this is going to be a long project. Do we expect any major interruptions or any major road closures?
We don't anticipate any road closures. The work that's remaining is just the sidewalk restoration on the street. The street restoration was completed last year.
Thank you.
I'll just go ahead and ask my question.
Yes.
So what are the what's the dialogue right now around their request for the type of sidewalk they'd like to see installed?
So currently the sidewalks, if you notice, they have temporary asphalt. That was part of the emergency restoration that was completed last year.
Mm-hmm.
These improvements of permanent improvements, and we had a public meeting with the neighborhood groups, and the treatment that was selected was approved by them, by the neighborhood group, and we are implementing that restoration as part of these.
So it's the colored.
It's a colored
Okay.
concrete, yes.
That's really wonderful to hear. Thank you so much for working with the neighborhood.
Are we on
Count-
279 or 280?
279.
Okay. Got it.
Any other questions?
Move it.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Sorry, now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 280, a bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $331,000 bonds of said city to finance the Monroe Avenue Emergency Street Reconstruction Project. Any questions? Yes, Council President.
Thank you, Chair Monroe. I was looking through the official minutes for the informational meetings, and thank you for providing that. It's super helpful. I'd just like to know, how do you guys address the parking concerns brought up by the neighborhood members?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
I was looking through the minutes that you guys have listed in, our paperwork, and I appreciate that you provided the minutes from the informational meeting. And I'd like to know, how do you address the parking? With this project, there's going to be a number of parking spaces changes. How do you address that concern brought up by the neighborhood? This is for the Monroe Avenue project, right? Not Monroe. I meant to say Mount Hope. Sorry, forgive me. No?
This is Monroe.
Oh, okay, forgive me. I'm on the wrong one. Sorry.
Council President?
Yes, thank you. Given that there were significant disruptions due to the water main break and everything that happened last time, in the construction period, is there any strategy or what's the plan to minimize disruptions for those businesses? I know there was a lot of challenge with the business district part of Monroe Avenue during the emergency part of it, but just in terms of how this might impact businesses.
So if this is related to the sidewalk restoration, yes, we worked out a detour plan for the pedestrians. So what is remaining right now is just the sidewalks to be restored. So the disruption and the inconvenience will be just when we are working on the sidewalk restoration. And there's pedestrian detour plans that we develop with our consultant that we plan to implement to minimize all that disruption.
Got it.
Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 281, appropriating funds for the Monroe Avenue Emergency Site Reconstruction Project. Any questions, concerns?
Move it.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 282, amending the official map relating to the Mount Hope Avenue Improvement Project Phase 2. There's a public hearing to be held on Thursday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. Any questions? Yes, Vice
Now-
President.
Now I'll repeat my question. I apologize about that. To the administration, I'd like to ask that you provide a plan for parking. You have in here in your paperwork that you submitted, there was questions about parking. How are you guys going to mitigate the parking that's lost from this project?
The map amendments? Are you looking
Yeah,
at
I
that
guess to be clear, in here, Bruce Mellon from the Upper Mount Hope Association had mentioned about, it says they are not going to have any parking whatsoever on their property. There are certain residents that have parking issues because they have to park on the street. So, when you make these amendments, they're concerned about parking.
Okay, we'll provide you in writing.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Can I ask, is it possible if we can hold this until we get a plan?
Sure, to get the plan about
The
how
parking?
Yep,
Thank you.
happy to do so. So actually, we will hold introductory 281 pending responses to Vice President Harris's questions. Moving on to introductory number 282. Oh, I'm sorry, it was 282 that we held. 281 passed, 282 held. Okay, introductory number 283, amending the official map relating to the East Main Street Improvement Project. A public hearing will be held on Thursday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
Since it's been moved and seconded, call the vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 284, authorizing agreements and appropriation for the Main Street Commons project. Any questions?
Move it.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Introductory number 285, authorizing an amendatory agreement for the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park playground renovation. Questions?
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Martin.
This is a budget question. So it says that it's funded from 22-23 cash capital. When we read the budget book, I guess, what happens when funds aren't spent and how are they kept track of from cash capital?
So cash capital is, once it's transferred from the operating budget, it goes into a cash capital account, which has no designated fiscal year. So the funds continue until they're fully spent.
That's a great explanation. Thank you.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 286, authorizing agreement and appropriation related to the East Avenue Streetscape project. I would like to mention that one of the questions I asked was about the removal of trees. The response I have here is that 4 trees will be removed and 23 trees will be planted. One of the things that the department is doing is that they're now going to be working with tree pits that are enlarged and linked with the use of structural soils to provide extended root zones for optimal tree health in a highly urbanized and paved area. And as I understand it, that going forward, these are the kinds of tree pits that we're going to be using for our city trees. So hopefully they can prosper better. Are there any questions? Yes, Councilmember Gruber.
Just a question of timeline. I see the goal is to go out to bid pretty much immediately, I assume after this passes, given that it's summer 26 already. How long do you expect, Commissioner, for the work to take?
We're in the process of award now, obviously contingent upon council authorization. So we have bids in hand. We have a contractor. In this case, we only had 1 bid. It's a pretty solid contractor, so we're ready to award, and they should be able to start work. Probably most of the work could be complete this fall. There'll probably be some follow-up in the spring.
Great, thanks.
Any other questions?
Move it.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 287, authorizing a license agreement relating to developing the Terrace Park portion of the High Falls State Park. Questions?
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Martin.
What happens after the term of the agreement ends? Does the land revert back to the city?
The agreement can be extended by agreement of both parties. If it's canceled at any time, everything would revert back to the city.
Thank you.
Is the plan that eventually, once the state park really gets going, though, that the state will purchase this land from us?
Correct. The license agreement gives them use and occupancy of the site while the state process for acquisition plays out.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Just one. What is the general timeline? I know that construction is expected to begin in the fall of '26, but do we have a sense of when this first phase at this park will be completed?
As you mentioned, it's actually out to bid now. They have bids scheduled to be opened early August, so they hope to get started construction this fall. With, I think they're anticipating a groundbreaking or a ribbon cutting in the fall of '27.
27. Okay, thank you.
So I had a motion and a second, so we can move to the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 288, a bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $500,000 bonds of said city to finance the costs of the Rundell Memorial Library Terrace Evaluation and Repair Program. Questions? Yes, Councilmember Patterson.
Do we have any manner or form of estimated completion date for all the work that we've been doing on the library? It seems like forever.
We do not have an estimated completion date. Continued investigations are revealing additional issues.
Okay, well, thank you for your honest answer.
Any other questions?
Move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Introductory number 289, authorizing consolidated funding grant applications and agreements. Are there any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
So move it.
Can I have a second?
Second.
With the first and second, now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 290, authorizing an amendatory agreement to implement a remedial action work plan for the former Emerson Street landfill. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 291, authorizing an amendatory agreement relating to the environmental remediation of 52 and 96 Falls Street. Any questions? Yes, Councilmember Gruber.
Thanks. I see in the some of the answers we got back that this cleanup is due to the fact that there were 10 debris piles consisting of illegally dumped materials and remnants from previous building demolitions. Do we have any sense of how to go after some of the folks who may have illegally dumped, or is it too long ago we have no way of knowing?
I'm not certain that we have enough information to pursue anyone. If there were no witnesses, it's difficult for us to try to pinpoint who's actually responsible.
Right, but we've examined as far, because I'm assuming in some cases I know that DES has some investigative abilities to understand based on what's actually dumped. I assume we've exhausted every possibility of knowing who it was.
I'll have to get back to you on that because I'm not quite sure to what extent it has been investigated. A lot of it is leftover debris from a demolition of previous buildings that may be mixed with some illegally dumped material, but it would be difficult to actually track down how that came to be there.
Okay, I know I'm preaching to the choir on this one, but illegal dumping is just an incredibly big problem in this city, as I'm sure it is in cities all over the place, but it's the one I know and serve. And so any chance we can prove a point that if you are going to use our city streets and public spaces as gigantic garbage cans, you'll be held accountable. I just hope we can try everything we can to do that.
Yes.
Any additional questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The motion carries. Introductory number 292, a bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $4,900,000 bonds of said city to finance the acquisition of 3 boom trucks, 1 forklift, 1 roll-off truck, 1 stake body truck, 1 box truck, 1 leaf vacuum truck, and 6 side-load refuse collection trucks for use by the city's solid waste collection system. Any questions, Councilmember Patterson?
Do we have any idea when we can expect delivery of these items?
These ones will certainly take some time as it goes through the process of being built. I do want to report that we do have some new trucks that recently just came in last week.
Oh.
We expect a few more this week, and a couple more next week. So those ones that we ordered 2 years ago are now arriving.
Okay, good. So are the leased trucks going back, or are we keeping the leased trucks?
Yeah, lease trucks we have till September.
Okay, good deal.
We'll in fact have a little bit more trucks than we used to.
That's a
for
good thing.
A little bit of time.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Vice President.
Thank you. I just got a follow up to that. So you wrote in the transmittal, it says all of vehicles are at risk for needing replacement in the next 2 years. So with this allocation, will that complete our full replacement?
A full replacement.
A full replacement of what's needed. Will that complete a full replacement of what you?
Every year there will be there's a replacement plan for it going forward. So this will just in fact replace outdated vehicles probably that were in the near term that needed to be replaced. So each year this is just another set of
So
replacements.
it's just rotation.
Exactly.
It's on a rotation.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Thank you for clarifying.
Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 293, authorizing an agreement for an expo component of the Frederick Douglass HBCU Football Classic. Any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 294, amending an agreement for the Rochester Public Market Shed C Replacement Project. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 295, authorizing agreement and appropriations relating to the New York State Department of Health Comprehensive Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Grant. Do we have any questions? I have one request, and that is for the questions that I had asked and we received today, the information about what city schools we are doing the work in is really illegible. So if that that chart could just be fixed up and sent to the city clerk, I'd appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 296, authorizing an agreement for the Peacemaker Fellowship Program. Any questions? Yes, Councilmember Lupian.
The number of graduates, do we have any way of knowing what percentage of shootings that they might have been involved in that are now not happening? Does that make sense?
Are you speaking in the mediation sense, or what do you?
Well, for advanced peace, right, the idea is to completely change someone's life so that they're not shooting anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. So do we have any idea, like,
We do.
how these you do?
We do. We can get that to you.
That would be great. Thank you. And when is the next cohort going to graduate?
We're in cohort 4 now. They're in month 9, so they have 9 more months. March.
Okay.
So March is when they graduate.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Any additional questions? Yes, Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Is there any way that we can get an invite to the graduation? Tooks?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Seeing no questions, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The motion carries. Introductory number 297, appropriating funds relating to the renovation of the swimming pool facilities at the Jackson R Center. Any questions?
Move it.
Now we vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 298, authorizing agreement and amending the 2026-27 budget relating to Rochester Animal Services fee-waived pet adoption events. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The motion carries. Introductory number 299, authorizing agreements and an appropriation related to the New York State Department of Health Sexual Risk Avoidance Education Grant Program. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 300, authorizing the application for an appropriation of grant funds for the Conduit Modernization Phase 3A project. Any questions?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 301, a bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $2,550,000 bonds of said city to finance a portion of the costs of the Conduit Modernization Phase 3A project. Yes, Councilmember Martin.
Yes. Can someone just give a bit of background of the impact of this project?
So we are rehabbing a section of this conduit because last fall we had a leak in that section that led us to send a robot survey to drive up both sides of it to look at the neighboring condition. At that time, we noted deficiencies in the pipe and have now sought to prioritize this rehabilitation of these sections.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Move it.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Introductory number 302, amending ordinance number 2026-132 relating to the renovation of the Trenton and Pamela Jackson R Center Playground. Questions?
Move it.
Now we can vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion carries. I want to take this opportunity to remind, people in the room and then also everybody watching that there is a Vision Zero survey that is online at this moment. This one is in particular looking at different ways of having automated enforcement. Automated enforcement can include things like speed signs, ticketing, or not, and there's a variety of things that you can give your response to on the survey. So I do encourage you to go to the city's website, look up Vision Zero, and you'll be able to find the survey without difficulty. All that said, PPPW is adjourned.
We're ahead. 2 items. Goes quick.
Vacation is good. Sick is no good. Good afternoon. At this time, I will call the Public Safety Committee to order and I ask the Deputy Clerk to call the roll.
Vice President Harris,
Here.
Councilmember Gruber, Councilmember Leslie Smith,
Here.
Councilmember Lupian, Councilmember Martin,
Here.
Councilmember Monroe,
Here.
Councilmember Patterson,
Here.
Councilmember Smith, President Melendez.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to make a couple of notes before we get in. We do not have a presentation, so we'll get right into our legislation right after I make a couple of points. Would like to say congratulations. This is Pride Month, so as you see, we all have flags on our dais celebrating Pride Month. So congratulations. And then I would like to take a moment of silence to honor a public servant in the fire department that we lost, firefighter Lieutenant John Joseph, just recently had services. And I'd like to take a moment of silence for our first responder. Thank you. And to our firefighter, first responders, our condolences to you as you continue to mourn him. I also like to call attention to my colleagues. We have reports on our dais. We have a report from the PAB. We also have a report monthly that comes over to us from the rest of the departments. I'd like to give you a moment if you can take a peek of that. And if you have questions, I know I have questions, so I'll begin. I have questions about the report. I'll start off with the questions I have, and I'd like to say thank you, OVP and PIC team, for providing the information. RFD, I have questions to Chief about your numbers for structure fires. As we're now dealing with the smoke that we're dealing with from the Canada fires, can you talk to us more about the structure fires in our own community here? I noticed in the report you have, it looks like we're down structure fires compared to last year's, and you can speak to why is that, and you know, what are you guys doing to keep that down in our community?
I'd like to tell you that it's going to stay down, but it's cyclical. It really depends on atmospheric conditions. It depends on it depends on how people are acting towards each other. In a lot of cases, we have people that try to intentionally hurt other people. We have a domestic violence when people can't talk. They decide to try to hurt each other by setting their spouse or partner incendiary actions. So I am proud of our community risk reduction efforts. We have a great community risk reduction program. We have a great FRI program for juveniles. So it's cyclical, but we constantly strive to do our best to avoid any type of fire whatsoever. But I can't give you any specific pinpoint.
So I could gather from what you're saying in our report, that most of those fires this particular year is related to like crime related.
No, I'm not saying
that's domestic that. Or
no, I'm saying that's a percentage.
Okay.
Right. That's a lot of them are accidental. Majority of them accidental or as a result of cooking, unattended candles, things of that nature. But there's a host of reasons why we have structure fires here in the city.
Okay.
Some of them obviously are intentional.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. And thank you for providing the list of events. Certainly our colleagues have that. If you can please review that, if you could. And then I have a question for our PD, Rochester Police Department. I notice on the report you did provide, thank you for providing that, the upcoming recruit class the numbers that for class 79 and the class 80 recruit numbers. And I also noticed the blaring vacancies, 122, and I see that upcoming there is a recruit, an agility test is coming up July 18th. Can you speak about your recruitment efforts and how you plan to try to fill those vacancies?
Yes, did they do a work session, I believe, a week ago?
I was not able to, but can you just give me a brief overview, please? Because there's many of the work sessions is not viewed by the public.
Yes, and we can also provide you the PowerPoint to that as well.
Okay.
I know PDS, we begin with our workforce development program, which has been a huge success in engaging candidates within the city of Rochester as well as outside of the city of Rochester. Along with that, they attend numerous community meetings and do recruitment there. There's another program that they're looking at to get into the high schools. Because we cannot have anyone take the test until they're 21, we don't have that engagement like the fire department does. But we're looking to get into the high schools earlier and build those relationships as well. But our main thing is the workforce development program is the conduit to get a lot of the city residents to become police officers, and we're going to continue with that as well. And
Thank you.
Okay, we'll provide you with a PowerPoint. It has a lot of information in that for you.
Thank you. I heard that the work session was well attended, and thank you very much. And if you could please just keep us abreast, as you always have, with the upcoming next dates of the next exam cycle. And my colleagues, if anyone else has questions, Councilmember LaShonda Smith.
Yes, I have a question for Fire Chief. I understand that the Goodman House is under construction and has been for about 2 years. Do we have any updates as to when those firefighters will be back in place?
I would refer to my colleagues at DES. Unfortunately, they're gone, but I can give you preliminary. We're scheduled for between October and November.
Okay. Is that something that, Deputy Mayor, we can get in writing in terms of?
Yes, we will be happy to provide that in writing on both houses.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Okay. With that, we'll move forward with business. Introductory number 303, and I'd like to take note, there's a disclosure of interest authorizing for that, I'm sorry, there's if you have Vice President Harris and Councilmember Lupien, we must disclose affiliation only and may discuss and vote on this introductory item. Introductory number 303, authorizing intermunicipal agreements with Rochester City School District, amending the 2026-27 budget to provide police services during the 2026 summer session, during the 2026-27 regular session, and for 2026-27 school events. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Councilmember Martin.
Has there been any consideration around including these items in the CBA so it's not a thing that comes with overtime?
There has not, but we can take that into consideration.
Thank you. And has there been any feedback from parents and students about the impact of having police officers at their schools? Is there any process for learning about the experiences of students, parents?
We do not have any reports on that, but the school district may have something for you.
Thank you. And do you all have any reports around outcomes that you experience, whether this program is effective? It's been going on for a few years, so are you collecting any data around this?
We do not collect that data, but this is a mutual agreement between the city school district and the city or the Rochester Police Department. It's a continued partnership, and it's more of a preventative measure, and which is why I'm glad we don't have any reports on this at this time.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Councilmember Sonja Leslie Smith.
Yes, I did have very similar questions just in terms of the effectiveness, because I do believe that the program was pulled out of RCSD for a period of time, and now was added back in.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to interject. I mean, we are engaged by the district to provide this service, so I think any of those questions, all of which are very good questions, we'll follow up as Chief Correa said, but certainly, we'll indicate in our written response where follow-up might be more appropriate with the district.
Thank you. That would be great if we just had the data. I mean, even though it is a service that the city or the RCSD has requested, we as council members have to vote on this and the cost of it. And so we just want to, I want to at least be informed.
Vice President Harris, can I jump in on that?
Yes. President Melendez.
Just to provide some clarity from my own understanding, the previous contract with the city was around school resource officers in the actual buildings. This is more outside of buildings and kind of being available if there's an issue outside of the school happening on the school grounds and the campus. So that's kind of the nuanced difference between the past and what we do now. But I do think that some of the questions that were raised are something we should look at. And I also know that this is funded completely, just for clarity, by RCSD and their budget. It's something we approve. It's a service they buy from us, but it is not coming out of our budget, just to be clear.
I totally understand that part. I just, again, just for information's sake and, you know, from a personal ethics point of view, I want to be able to fully feel like I understand what we're voting on.
So I also like to ask if the administration could provide if this was fully voted on by the board over at RCSD, and what is the voting number? Is that something you guys can?
Yeah, again,
Thank
all in
you.
our written response. Good questions. Happy to address.
Thank you. I need a motion in a second. Oh, Councilmember Smith?
Should we hold it until we get the clarifying information?
I don't have a problem holding it. Yeah, we can hold it until we get that information. Absolutely. So we will hold this.
Is it okay if I ask, and maybe one of the things we want to get from RCSD in writing is any impact of us holding it as well? I mean, if this is a service that they're asking for, we want to be informed about it, but we also want to know any impacts of us not moving forward.
But right now we can hold it. We still have time to get those questions. So what we'll do is we'll hold it, and then hopefully we'll have those answers, and we'll make that decision before then. Thank you. So I'll hold this, and if you could, let's see, get to the next one. It'd be introductory number 304, authorizing agreements related to the 2026-27 gun-involved violence elimination grant. Any questions, comments, or concern? I have a quick question, real quick, on the, and I'll go to President Melendez, and after that, I'll do that. I asked a question about the GIVE grant in relation to speaking activities, and you guys wrote that the speaking activities portion of this, that you allow only GIVE-funded agencies. Does that mean the GIVE-funded agencies that you have listed here, that's in the responses that you gave me, can request those speaking engagements for the speakers? That's covered under the GIVE grant here.
Yes, those are the ones that are listed. Again, these, the GIVE executive team, they meet in February when the funds are received or anticipated to be received, and they meet and they go over what fundings what funds they want to utilize and for what. So at that time, these particular speaking engagements.
Oh, okay, so so it's done in a collective.
That is correct.
Manner. So they help you guys do that as a collective manner where they choose what speaking engagements. Okay, correct. Understood. It wasn't clarified in here like that, so I just had that question. So I have another question about the GIVE grant that you guys responded to. The SEPTED, you responded and said that SEPTED is those locations that you choose to allocate the SEPTED funds is chosen by your team. Is that something that we as council can help weigh in on? And I know you may not be able to give me a response now, but I like to have more feedback and input on where those dollars go and how can we be a part of that process.
Absolutely. And some of the places are chosen through community meetings that our crime prevention officers and lieutenants attend, and that is how it is decided where we will go for the SEPTED funds.
Okay. If you can just provide that in writing, I'd like to talk more about that because there's some places, at least in my district, that I know that we talked previously to the previous regime about allocating those funding to a couple of hot spots that we identified, and unfortunately that kind of went to the wayside, and I'd like to resurrect those conversations. Councilmember President Melendez.
Yes, thank you. I just want to first thank our state delegation for bringing these resources back to the city of Rochester. I know that this is something that they advocate for every year. I do want to highlight that this particular approach has a lot of moving parts and components. It's not just about policing in and of itself. There's a contract that goes out to RIT, and then for the Center for Public Safety Initiatives, there's also a crime analyst that's part of this. There's case management that's part of this in terms of Pathstone's role. So this is really, I think, a model, and I know that in the state of New York, Rochester is looked at as one of the best GIVE grantees. So I want to commend all of the partnership that's been developed over the last 13 years as we continue to receive these funds, but also the fact that we, and let me knock on wood, have lower gun violence numbers as we continue. I know that's cyclical too, just like the fire situation, but at a moment in time, I think we are making some progress and some headway in this space. Hopefully we continue to find ways to continue that, but I'm a huge supporter of the GIVE initiative, the GIVE grant that we receive, and I'm thankful that we've been able to develop a partnership and a collaboration that is it involves a lot of different people, a lot of different community members in the process. And I think that we have to find more ways, I'm just going to say this broadly, we have to find more ways in policing to involve community. I think GIVE is one example, but beyond GIVE, we have to think about what other ways can we involve community in the policing models that we do have, and I'm hopeful that we can continue to have those conversations. Thank you.
Councilmember Martin, followed by Councilmember Smith.
It says some of the overtime details will focus on hotspots policing. Do you have a list of the hotspots that you police?
We do, yes. Yes, that's something we can provide.
Thank you. Is it right to say majority of the grant goes to funding police officers and overtime?
Based on the numbers we have here, yes.
Thank you. And to my colleagues, I just want to raise this. So there are elements of the GIVE grants that I do support. For example, the case management with Pathstone. There are elements that, unsurprisingly, I don't support, like hotspot policing based on research from NICLU and other civil liberties organizations. So one thing I would like to propose is maybe splitting this at the next meeting to be able to vote on pieces and elements that I do support, like the rest of the council, and for other elements that I'm not really behind, being able to vote no. I think in the past, we have asked the administration to put forth these GIVE grants in a way that does that breakdown, so folks can vote on different elements instead of having to vote on it as one piece. So I just want to share that and just give ahead of time share that I will be planning on pulling it apart so everyone will have the chance to vote on the parts that they align with. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Martin. To our corporate counsel, Patrick, is that something that can be thought about in the future? Can you speak to that, please?
It's something we're going to have to look into.
Okay. Thank you for addressing it. Councilmember Smith?
Yes, just for clarity purposes, you guys stated that there was not a GIVE report for the previous grant year. Is that, do we know why, or do they not report every year?
I'll have to get back to you on that question.
Oh, she heard. Okay, thank you. I asked if there was a report and stated that it would.
To our council staff, can we make sure that she gets the previous report? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any additional questions? I need a motion in a second.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed?
No for now.
So I'll have a roll call vote.
Vice President Harris?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Leslie Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Lupian?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
No.
Councilmember Monroe?
Yes.
Councilmember Patterson?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith? President Melendez?
Yes.
Okay. So President Melendez, you have comments?
Yes, just really quickly, I wanted to invite the public to a conversation that's being had at the International Plaza. It'll be this Sunday, 6 p.m. It's to really talk about community solutions related to challenges with our unhoused community, as well as the neighborhoods in which are dealing with the brunt of having homelessness front and center in their face in their community. So looking forward to having folks come out to that conversation. It's meant to be a solution-oriented, positive conversation, hopefully to try to come to some agreements. We won't solve any issues in that particular meeting, but the idea is to bring folks together that are on different sides of the spectrum and on different sides of the issue, and to have a public dialogue and positive conversation on how we might move forward. So I just wanted to announce that, and I appreciate everyone's time and for those that can join us. And if you can't join us, certainly there'll be other opportunities to engage on the subject. Thank you, Vice President.
So at that time, it concludes our meeting, and we can adjourn. No further business.
Stanley Rochelle Martin, you don't want to have it right now?
Work session in 208A.